Hey everyone, this is that LDK coming at you here, and as you can see, I got a lot of stuff out here. What I'm doing actually is I'm assembling an Altoid first aid kit. Now, I was going to do a general prep video or survival video, but what I've decided to do is actually do what's going to work best for me. Because initially I was going to get, a Bic lighter in there, but honestly, I have redundancies of lighters. I carry a Zippo in my pocket, I have a torch in my backpack, I have a lighter in my truck. I don't need that. I was going to try and get this small little pocket knife in there just for emergency uses, but you know what? Again, redundancies, I have other knives. I was going to put this little box cutter because you never know when you need it, but again, I have razor blades. I don't need that, so we're going to limit this down. So the first thing I'm going to put in here is what everyone should have, is some duct tape. This is the Scotch 3M brand heavy duty all-weather duct tape. I have about 3 feet wrapped around a expired Starbucks card. So that's going to go in the bottom here. Next thing I have is a piece of foil. This is a sheet of foil that's 14 inches by 10 1/4. Now, I know it's an obscure measurement, but what it is, it's the foil pop-outs. It's already pre-cut sheets. It's what we use in the house, so I just figured having a sheet of foil would come in handy. So that goes in next. Now, even though this is meant for a first aid style kit, what I'm including is an emergency charge cable. Now, this is called the charge card. I'm sure you've seen it online. It's got a USB plug on that end, and then the 30 pin here. And yeah, 30 pin. I still have some Apple product with 30 pin on it that I try and keep supply for. Next, I'm going to throw in here these wound closures. Again, it's just little things that you never know when you might need, along with some standard band-aids, just elastic band-aids. Going to put those in there next. The next thing I'm going to put in there is some burn relief. I got a couple of these here. These should work really well. Then we have the dental picks with the floss and toothpicks. So these work really well. I really like those. That's actually the only way I floss anymore, because I can grab those and keep those in my pack, and I can use them anytime. And it's not a matter of unwheeling some floss and getting in between your teeth. It's just boom, boom, you're done. Next, I have this capsule, and I've had this on another video with my regular EDC. I have one on my keychain that I keep a $100 bill in. This I just decided to throw 20 bucks in. That way, if you need to, you can get some aspirin, you can get some NyQuil, whatever you may need. I believe that getting medical pills or any kind of medication, it's better to go ahead and get fresh if you can. Yeah, you can get the sterilized packs and put them in here as well, but a lot of people go, well, why don't you put aspirin in those? And that's why I'd rather make sure I know it's as fresh as possible. Alright, next I have some of these Visine drops. These are, I was turned on to these by one of the other guys on YouTube. I forget which video it was. But you can pick these up at your local eye doctor. They usually have these samples for you. I actually got these from work because we have Cintas medicine cabinets all over the place that they stock once a month. So, since we're paying for them, I use them anyways because of my eyes, because I get dry eye staring at a computer screen all day. But I figured, what's it going to hurt to take two and keep them in my kit just in case. Next, I'm throwing in here a few alcohol wipes. Good to have whenever you're dealing with medical stuff or first aid. You never know what you're going to need, and you always want to make sure your wounds are cleaned out. Also, those are great fire starters if you need to start a fire. I don't recommend starting a fire at work, though. That's generally bad. This is a splinter out. If you've ever gotten a splinter at work or wherever and you don't have your knife, well, all you have is your knife. That's the last thing you want is dealing with your knife or tweezers. It just gets painful. So these are a splinter out kit. Good to have. Next, I did manage to put a knife in here. This is one of those credit card fold-up knives. Since it's really small and thin, doesn't take a lot of space in the kit, I figured it wouldn't hurt to throw it in. And that way it's just one more redundancy with a blade. As you can see, it's just a fold-up plastic. Folds pretty thin, locks the blade in place. It's about the size of a credit card, just sits on top, okay? Then we're gonna fold the tin over. This is where it gets a little challenging because it is a little on the overpack side. So now we're gonna throw some rubber bands on it. What these rubber bands are, these actually came off produce. We had some fresh asparagus, and that's where I've seemed to find these the most, is on asparagus. They're a durable, thick rubber band. If you've never seen them, you can take a look at them. They're solid blue. They decent mill as far as the plastic material, and they're tight. So just, you know, rubber bands always come in handy. A lot of people prefer to use Ranger bands. You know, I would do Ranger bands, or you can use a bike tube. You cut a section of it, it works great. But I figured for, you know, being free and throwing it on here, that would be a great way to do it. So that's my Altoid First Aid, my Altoid tin First Aid kit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And hopefully I can bring out some more videos too, and keep up with you guys in the EDC world. That's been my video for today. Thanks for tuning in.